So I just saw the Dirties and I really liked it. No, I'm not sure I could call it fantastic, but it's definitely something I'll watch again in the future. And even just thinking about it right now, I can tell that this is probably the type of film that's gonna grow on me over time. Now, the whole movie is handycam found footage style, and even that much had me rolling my eyes coming into it. In the first half of the film, I found myself getting annoyed by the typical cliches that you'd expect in that type of movie. I found myself asking, why are they always mic'd all the time? Why are they filming this? And why do they have a B camera? And although the vast majority of films would pretend that it's not happening and just hope that you're too stupid to think about it, part of what won me over with this film is how they continuously showed a sense of self-awareness.
Put on your mic. Put on your mic. They can't hear you. Put your mic on. Put your mic on for 1 second. It'll take you 2 seconds. Put your mic on.
And after a significant amount of the film went by, I realized just how good of a choice it was to leave a lot of that up to mystery. They acknowledge the fact that there is a person or people within the film's universe that are holding the camera or cameras, and instead of sloppily forcing them into the story by providing lame excuses for everything, they presented it in such a way that lets you know that there's a sense of comedy behind its ridiculousness. There's layers of insanity to this film that make it all the more entertaining. The existence of montages with overlaid music is later explained with the main character editing the film that you're watching. They even showed the opening distributor credits on the main character's computer screen before the film starts. The film is scattered with references to many other famous movies, making it quite the love letter to cinema. It's very well paced and entertaining, and the chemistry between the two main characters works insanely well. Not only that, but this is one of few school set movies where the characters actually feel like they belong at the school. Not only were the characters appropriate for the setting, but they felt very unique and watchable. Now, even though I personally loved watching this film, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for now. And who knows, maybe on my second watch it'll move its way up to a 7. There are some of you that might really hate this film, but I know that there's quite a few of you on this channel that will really love it. And it's worth the experience of seeing it for yourself either way. Now, I personally believe that it's best to go into this film without knowing too much about it, so for those of you who haven't seen it yet but would like to, please skip to this point in the video because I'm gonna give you guys an update on my YMS review. Do it right now. I'm literally not even gonna give you that much time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So at the ending of The Dirties, I did find myself a little upset at where they ended it. And I'm kind of glad I knew nothing about the production of the film before going into it, because I don't think that the events leading up to the ending would have had the same effect. After watching the film, it was obvious that they didn't continue any further for budgetary reasons mostly, so I'm glad I didn't have that lingering over my head as I was watching it for the first time. After doing some research into the budget, I was impressed by how they filmed it for only $10,000. And holy crap, it was actually directed by the person playing our main character. I have an insane amount of respect for how they were able to work within their budget so well. And whereas I know that some people will be giving them a pass on certain things associated to their budget, I don't really want to be giving this movie extra credit just for the fact that it's indie. Some of the side characters' performances were a little bad, and the ending could have been much better with a bigger budget, but if I could say anything about these filmmakers, it's that I'm excited to see what they come up with next. They really proved their capabilities, and I hope to see them working with a bigger budget sometime soon. Anyway, I have a soft spot for these kind of movies, and I really loved it, so go check it out. Hey guys, just letting you know what's up with the YMS video for this month, because some of you are getting impatient and are like, where are the videos? Well, for those of you that don't know, I like to keep a general quota of 120-ish minute YMS video per month. By 20-ish, I mean minimum of 15 minutes and maximum of 30 minutes. I mean, if it goes over half an hour, then obviously I split it into 2. It's looking like I'll be splitting this one into 2. I don't even know what the final runtime is because I still have to do some more recordings, but it's definitely over half an hour at this point. Probably gonna be over 40 minutes, I would say. Anyway, so although I could theoretically have a part 1 ready in like a few days, I'm leaning towards releasing it closer to the end of the month when I have pretty much the whole timeline of the video figured out. That way, it won't be something stupid like if it does wind up going a lot longer, it won't be like, oh, this 15 minutes part 1 and then like half an hour part 2, that doesn't make sense. Or maybe if there's a correct pacing-wise punchline to end part 1 on, that might be better. I need to have the whole structure of it figured out. Otherwise, I mean, that's to make the best possible product, and that's what I'm interested in doing. I've been trying to release the YMS reviews around the first week of every month, but for this month, I'm going to release part 1 in the last week of the month, so I can release part 2 in the first week of July, and that way there'll be minimum amount of time waiting for part 2 to come out, because it is just one movie, and I want it to stay like fresh in people's brains. Plus, this way, part 2 will be the closest to being done before I make the split and before I release part 1. Don't worry, I'll be releasing other videos in between. I thought that this would only be one part and that I wouldn't be splitting it into 2. I thought that it would be a pretty simple movie to tackle and it would only fill up 20 minutes of time. So I thought that there would be a video out this week and I didn't really anticipate otherwise. I thought that I would just be done and then start working on a thoughts on video or something. But turned out to be much longer and more time consuming than anticipated. Story of my life. Also, there were quite a few days in the month of May that I was planning on working on this particular YMS review, but I wound up working on other videos instead. Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and I wanted to jump on that while it was still relevant, considering I could piece together almost the entire movie from trailer footage and web clips alone. And then, hitting 100,000 subscribers, I wanted to make a special video for that, so I made the pretty much most requested movie, which was my thoughts on Frozen, and that took a few days. The entire month of May, there was well over an hour and 20 minutes worth of content, which is quite a lot for this channel. And considering that my videos aren't just a collection of really simple edits of me talking to the camera like this, I'm sure you can appreciate that the way that I make my videos, it takes a long fucking time. So I'm sorry I'm not able to post things as frequently as other channels, but I don't want to be other channels, and I want quality over quantity, right? So just understand that if you do see a gap of time in between my uploads, it means that I'm actually still working on something, and I'm not just dicking around, I'm not masturbating all day. Sometimes I masturbate all day, but that's just because I'm only putting in 30 to 50 hours a week doing this. I don't want to kill myself. I already fucked up my sleep really badly this past week because I thought that I could get this whole review out in time before I realized that it was going to be 2 parts. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna truck through it, and then all of a sudden I'm sleeping 4 hours every 12 hours and waking up at really weird times, and yeah, I didn't go outside for quite a while. Anyway, I appreciate your guys' patience, and I'm trying to upload things frequently. I made this quickie for you guys right now just for the fact that I haven't posted anything in a while. It was a good movie. I do keep a pretty full schedule with these reviews, but if, let's say, I finish part 1 and part 2 with a week to spare, that doesn't mean that I'll be releasing it a week earlier. What that means is that I'll be using that time to start working on prep work for larger projects. I'm trying to keep a sense of variety on this channel, and when I'm including things like television shows... That was my alarm clock. When I'm including things like television shows, those things take a lot longer to prep for than just a regular 2-hour film. And if all goes well this month, I'll be able to use the particular season of a television show that you guys have been all asking me about that you all know that you should expect that I would be reviewing at some point anyway. That should be my next review after this one, so for August, I guess. Like I said, if all goes well, a lot of the decisions being made on this channel in terms of what I'm reviewing and when are almost entirely based on how long the previous reviews take. So, I mean, I'd like to be able to plan myself out a lot further in advance, but a lot of things catch me off guard. Some things will take longer than expected, some things will be shorter than expected, so I have to constantly reevaluate and gauge what would be appropriate next. I'd like to do my 2008 list sometime soon, but that'll probably take place after this season of that one show. Also, for anybody that's interested, I was on the podcast Painkiller already last week. You can watch that video right here and click on it and watch it. For anybody that was on that channel first and then saw me in the video and was like, what a fucking loser, I'm gonna subscribe to his channel. Hey guys, what's up? I hope you enjoy your stay. Just wanted to say hi. Also, I've recently started actually using my Twitch account, twitch.tv/AdamPlays, and I guess now I'll start including that in the links down below, as well as, I guess, my gaming channel for YouTube is there too, if you want to check that out. Anyway, I've recently started streaming, both on Twitch and my YouTube channel. They both have their own flaws, and some work better for some people and some work better for other people, I guess, so I've kind of been switching it up. I've only really been doing it in the downtime from my editing, as in after I've already worked like 8 hours in a day on it, then I'll just do that before I go to bed if I don't really feel like going outside or socializing with anybody except you guys. So yeah, check that out if you want. Again, I mean, it's really secondary to this channel, so I'm not really committing to anything. I'm not gonna have like a frequent schedule for that. But I figure I've got a fuck ton of games that I need to play anyway, and if I'm gonna play them, I might as well be streaming them, because it's not that difficult to set up, I've recently realized. Anyway, just saying hi and letting you guys know what's what in the butt, and I will see you all... You'll see me later. I'll see your comments, but I won't see you. I read them, by the way. Peace out!